Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again. We're out here today in Temple, New Hampshire. Some back roads. We're going to take you on a little bit of an adventure today. We've got a few towns we want to go through and check out. I'm going to check out some other stuff along the way too. Right here at this particular spot where we stopped, we have a cemetery for you guys to see. So let's go see it. You'd never know it from driving by, but there's a little hidden cemetery up here. We're gonna check it out. Never seen this one before. We've been by here a couple times, but never had the chance to check it out. One could assume that this graveyard is the family plot for the Giddings family. There are a few around here with that name, and we've got this guy, Francis, right here at the top. And it's kind of an odd setup. We've been to a few of these cemeteries. I've never seen anything like this, with one stone at the top facing all the other stones. Now there's a few other graves around here. There's one right there, and a few stones under the leaves there that are also, just unmarked graves. But here's the rest of the family. They all face us, whereas Francis faces them. Pretty neat. Here we go. Mud, that's at your own risk. I don't think we're going to see any mud today out here. You notice all along the left side here is this massive stone wall, retainer wall. Stone walls in New England are everywhere. To us, nothing. But not everywhere has stone walls like we do. A lot of the stone walls in New England are unexplainable. They say farmers built them to divide land up, or as they were clearing fields, they just didn't have anything else to do with the rocks or whatnot. But there's an awful lot of labor, in my opinion, for field clearing. Stone walls in New England are actually considered to be ancient artifacts, like ancient ruins, because some stone walls date back, centuries around here. It's really interesting. One characteristic you can notice on this particular road is that there is a stone wall on each side of the road. A lot of the older roads in New Hampshire especially are defined in this manner, where one farm is on one side and another family farm is on the other side, and they split the road like that. The other reason for that is, for a long time in New Hampshire, it was a law that you had to have some type of blockade on the road side of your property, because they used to run cattle down the roads to transfer them from farm to slaughterhouse. and they didn't want them straying off into people's yards or trampling their gardens or property, so they would line the roadways with fences and, you know, stone walls, because apparently we have enough rocks to do that around here. The town of Peterborough, New Hampshire, still to this day has an elected position on their ballot for the town fence watcher. The fence watcher was a person who is supposed to make it, enforce it, that every property had a fence so cattle couldn't stray off the road. And there you go. There's your random New Hampshire fact. So we're out in Lyndeborough, New Hampshire, and this particular railroad was once a B&M railroad line to Hillsborough, New Hampshire, from Nashua, New Hampshire. They only run actual freight on this line into Milford, which is about 15 miles in this direction. This part of the track still gets used. The Milford-Bennington Railroad runs gravel and sand products on this from their concrete pits back and forth. They have one in Lyndeborough and one in Milford. So we decided we were going to take a little walk down the tracks, and we found this train trestle here. It's pretty cool. So let's take a walk across it and see what happens. Always been a big fan of train trestles for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the fear. I think that's really what it is. It's really scary, but cool at the same time. Most of them are engineered different. You know, every application is purpose built. It's just really neat to me. Railroad was once a huge thing in New England. It's not anymore. Kind of sad, really. Like every mill in New England that made textiles or, you know, whatever, would ship their goods out on train, and all of that is gone now. It's interesting. Never seen that before on a bridge abutment. Looks like something they did though, because there's another one here. All right, here's something that I absolutely recommend. It's probably the scariest thing I've ever done. I've never done it at this particular bridge, but there's one down the way there in Milford that my brother and I have done it at. Late at night when it's really dark out and the train's coming through, you get underneath the bridge like this, and you stand right underneath the tracks and look up. And watch that train go right over your head. The one in Milford is a little bit closer than this. You can actually reach right up and get pretty darn close to the train. Whereas here, I'm several feet from it still. But scary nonetheless. The noise, absolutely incredible. Anybody who's ever had a train go over you knows what I'm talking about. While we're under here, you're taking a quick glimpse at the engineering I was talking about. You've got trusses going this way, that way. Everything is riveted together. These are like hot rivets. This is a lost art, man. They don't make them like this anymore. Some of this stuff is, over 100 years old. Some of this steel, you can't even make this steel anymore. They scrap it all and ship it overseas. Whatever. That right there, my friends, is Baldy. So in an interesting turn of events, we are now about 100 miles away from where we were before in Vernon, Northfield, Vermont. We decided we were going to come out here and have some lunch in Brattleboro.